Hi, everyone. I wanted to introduce you to KDia Brooks. She and her husband both are, served in the, armed forces, but also real estate investors. And she has a really interesting strategy. One, at least I haven't heard before, but she'll explain that. But yeah, KDia, tell us a little bit about you and how you transition from your, career to real estate investing and where you are now.
Yeah, sure. So my name's KDia Brooks. My husband and I are multifamily real estate investors. We primarily focus on HUD and market rate acquisition and developments. I joined the military in 2015. My husband was in for 10 years in the Air Force. I was in for 3 years in the Army. We separated in August of 2018 and we jumped right into real estate investing in December, 3 months later. And we initially started with wholesaling and then worked our way up to multifamily.
Awesome. So yeah, you kind of went into this and you're now about to do some coaching program related to the unique strategy you have anyway, at least for my view. So could you get into that, how you got into that, what do you do with that, and how you can help people with that, with your coaching program, and any details about that you can share?
Yeah, sure. So the coaching program actually tackles both the private money side and the HUD side. So on the private money side, I don't necessarily like syndication. I don't like all the different hands in the bucket. It's just not for me. I'd rather put together my own deals or raise my own capital with my own terms. So we utilize just traditional first lien debt of like that 70 to 75% that you would traditionally get on multifamily. And we supplement that with mezzanine financing, which is normally between 10 and 15%. And obviously that goes a long way as it pertains to equity needed out of you personally. And we normally will only supply our own funding or funding with one individual investor for the remaining 5 to 10% that's needed.
Gotcha. So yeah, give us more details about that program. And I mean, your coaching program. I mean, you said you were going to start coaching in that. So how can people reach out for that for you who want to get into that, and how can you help them?
Yeah, sure. So people can reach out to me through LinkedIn. I get a lot of messages, if not hundreds of messages on LinkedIn a day, just from people wanting, my services as well as them wanting to introduce their services to me. But they can reach out to me through LinkedIn. That'll be the best. I also have an Instagram, and a lot of people reach out to me through Instagram as well. I'm not sure, Raju, if you've ever heard of something called Clubhouse.
Yes.
Okay, you don't sound like you like.
It's all over. Everybody wants me. I've got several invites. I don't have an iPhone, so.
Oh, okay, yeah. So Clubhouse, I also do a lot of content on Clubhouse, which Clubhouse is literally just a real-time, basically podcast kind of.
Right.
In real time, where you can ask questions and actually engage with the people that are speaking. But that's kind of where people can reach me. The course also goes over how to utilize HUD funding, so government funding, like low-income housing tax credits, opportunity zone funds, community block development grants, and all those little pieces that you can pull in funding to contribute to your equity for simply having maybe 5 to 10 units of whatever your property is be subsidized affordable housing.
Got you. So what type of people you normally like to connect with, in that category?
So I'm open to like all connections. Most of my connections now is reaching out to like brokers. For a lot of off-market deals, land. We're looking for land right now because we're interested in doing a HUD development project, specifically in Florida and in Texas, specifically around that Dallas, Texas area, development in that area. And just kind of connecting with people that want to learn more about getting into real estate investing that's not so much interested in the syndication side. There are ways for you to do it on your own. Takes the same amount of skill, of raising funds, and it's just you. You know what I mean? Instead of all the hands in the bucket, it's you presenting the deal, you soliciting investors and bringing people into your deals yourself. And if anything, especially when you start playing around with the hybrids of being able to use HUD and private industry funds, you don't need investors at all most of the time. So just giving people that option.
Awesome. Great. All right. So, I'll probably post whatever you give me about how they can contact you. And if you have a coaching website or something, they can contact you through that. Please let me know, then I can post it. So people who are watching on YouTube, it'll be in the about section. And if you're watching on LinkedIn, I'll tag, KDia with all the links, whatever links I have. So, all right, awesome. Then we got the third and fourth questions. So, you've accomplished pretty, a lot in 2 years, since essentially retiring, right? What inspires you to get up and do what you do every day?
My children. My children and my faith. My husband and I believe we have a very provisional mindset. So no matter what we're doing, like there's nothing that we can do in this world that still doesn't allow us to depend on God and depend on Him for our needs, our food on our table, clothes on our back, money in our bank account. So really now that we have gotten to a place of contentment in our finances, it's really just showing other people how to build generational wealth through real estate and being able to kind of think differently as it pertains to what we're taught normally. You go to school, you go to college, you work for 30 years, and then you retire, and you might be able to, you might have a good retirement nest egg set up to where you can live comfortably for 10 years, pending anything happening. There's really ways outside of that. And I really focus as well on millennials because I'm only 24.
Right.
So we're in a really interesting time where there are lots of ways to make money, like online, people doing drop shipping on Amazon and e-commerce stores and all these different ways to amass money, amass wealth, really. And that's great. However, we're still faced with the same issue of people not knowing where to actually put that money to grow it.
Right. Exactly.
So, you want to be in a position where, when you stop doing that, when you stop doing drop shipping, or when you stop doing whatever, your business is right now that has amassed you wealth, where you have to be able to still be able to make money.
Right.
And
Right.
passive income is the key to that, whether that's Forex, real estate, whatever. Residual income is freedom.
Right. Awesome. All right. So, with what you've learned so far, I'm sure you learned a lot of things. What's the one tip you can share with others that has helped you immensely, either recent or, years ago, whatever has helped you, but it can be personal or professional.
Yeah. So I'll give you both. I'll give you two. Give you a twofer.
Okay.
So on the personal side, not limiting yourself. Not limiting yourself. And I know that's really hard when you come into the real estate world, because you get people that say you have to start as single families, or you have to start at duplexes, or you have to start all these little things, and you have to work yourself up because you need to know how it works. And it's like, no, you don't, because when you know the steps, the property management company is going to be the one dealing with the toilets and the maintenance and all. You don't need to know anything. You just need to be able to put the deal together. So really, just on a personal note, not whether it's real estate or whatever else, having confidence in yourself and believing that you can achieve your goals, no matter how big. And on a business side, I would stress being a personable and social person. You would be surprised how often you see people in service industries, whether it's real estate, being a real estate agent, even going and being like a waitress, people where you have to deal with other people, they're not personable. They're socially awkward. They don't know how to do that in a job or in a career that requires you to do that every day. And you would be surprised at just how being open, being someone that's willing to start the conversation, being someone that's willing to introduce yourself first will open up so many doors for you just from opening your mouth. And that's what I always believe. Like people may think that I'm a little bit bombastic and like out there, but I don't care, because you're going to know my name when I walk in.
Right.
So that's kind of how you have to look at things. And, people don't know what they don't know, and that includes you.
Right.
So
Awesome. Yeah, no, that's a great tip. Actually, I've learned that myself because, I used to be antisocial. At least that's what people used to, or I used to call myself. Yeah, no, that's a great, great tip. Awesome. Could again, thanks for taking the time.
yeah, sure.
Again, I'll post whatever links I have of, her and our coaching program. So watch out for that and reach out to her. Like, as she's talking about, she's an open connector. So as long as, she can help you, you probably should connect to her. So, all right. Thank you, KDia.
No problem.